Dorohedoro is all set to return with a new season, and one of the most unforgettable characters is none other than the Sorcerer Shin. With powerful opponents without requiring magic, chooses to wear his mask opposite unless he's truly serious. This guy wears suits with sneakers all the time. Shin is an extremely dangerous foe to have. As we dive deeper and deeper into the story, we see a slightly softer side of Shin due to his tight trust and relationship with his partner Noi and his tendency to return any favor in a dramatic manner. But in today's video, we're going to talk about Shin's unusual life as a half-human, half-sorcerer hybrid, taking a look at how this affects his anatomy and sets him apart from other humans and sorcerers. We'll also be avoiding manga spoilers. Before getting into the content, we'd like to make a very small request to our viewers. Please subscribe to our channel, like and comment on our videos, and press the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload new content. We'd be grateful to you, and we hope to bring you the best nerdy content in the future. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Shin's past: losing his family, finding his magic, meeting En and Noi, and becoming a sorcerer. Born to a magic user and a human, Shin lived in the dystopian Hole with his non-sorcerer father. Meanwhile, his sorcerer mother had been killed by the Hole's anti-magic user militia soon after his birth. Because sorcerers would often come to the Hole to experiment on humans with their magic, disfiguring or even killing them in the process, magic users were hated, hence the reason for the existence of the anti-magic user militia. Growing up with a single father, Shin lived a modest life and hid the truth about his ancestry for his safety. He blended with the human population and at one point began to work with his father in carpentry. One day, he accidentally got a cut, and while his blood spilled, so did some smoke, which was the mark of a person being a magic user. His father's employee witnessed the scene and informed the militia. Shin's father made him run away, then tried his best to tell them that Shin wasn't a magic user, but when the militia learned about Shin's mother having been a magic user herself, he was killed on the spot. By the time Shin returned, he was greeted by his father's lifeless body. Enraged and vengeful, he murdered the 3 men who had killed his father and began to find excitement in this new, more violent lifestyle. Following this, he went into hiding for 3 months, and apart from killing the militia members who would chase him down, he would only commit petty crimes for the sake of survival. At the same time, Shin was desperate to unlock the true potential of his magic. Probably his half-human ancestry prevented him from being able to produce smoke properly and use his magic to the fullest. For this reason, he had cut off his fingers and bits and pieces of his arm to force the smoke out, but to no avail. Around this time, he was found by Dr. Vo and Professor Kasukabe in the hospital as he was using their medical equipment to try and stop the bleeding, pressing it down with his mouth. Due to Kasukabe's interest in researching sorcerers, he helped Shin release his magic smoke, while Shin himself requested the professor stitch back his arms. Kasukabe complied, but Shin still needed to come across a magic healer for his arms to be actually able to operate perfectly with the stitches. He promised to return Kasukabe's favor someday, and using his new powers, mutilated the members of the militia so they'd go to the hospital and help Kasukabe's business, returning his favor quite quickly. Following this, he left for the realm of the magic users, since access to magic allowed him to open the door between the 2 dimensions. While in this new realm, he once tried to steal food from one of En's many restaurants. He met En's younger cousin Noi, who could use advanced healing magic and was extremely physically strong. As the bouncer of the restaurant, she tried to stop Shin from stealing food from En's restaurant, and as the 2 engaged in a fight, she used her healing magic to cure his arms for the sake of a fair fight. Shin, however, didn't play fair, as he stabbed the back of her head and escaped. However, he also promised to make up for this someday in the future. With time, Shin's magic, which allowed him to mutilate bodies, got stronger, and he was eventually hired by En to become one of his bouncers, making his path cross with Noi's once again. The 2 became really good friends over their shared love of fighting and making fun of En's eccentric business moves. And then came the Blue Night, a night where sorcerers were made to form flesh contracts with whoever they wanted to partner with. With the devil maintaining hell and the magic realm Chidoruma binding the contract on this night, people could also be forced into contracts against their will, following which the unwilling party would be mind-warped to support their partner like a puppet. Due to Shin and Noi being extremely strong, 2 magic users named Baku and Yaku wished to force them into contracts with themselves. Naturally, Shin and Noi fought them off and they were beheaded. However, Baku's decapitated body managed to fire one last shot before dying, with Noi as his target. To protect her, Shin jumped in and took the hit with his back, claiming that he was only paying her back for when he had stabbed her head. Meanwhile, Noi was training to become a devil and couldn't use her magic for a year for her transformation. Shin asked her not to use her magic and heal him so that she could fulfill her goal, but she gave up her chance at devilhood and ended up using her healing magic to save Shin. The Blue Night ended with the 2 of them becoming partners. Shin's role in Dorohedoro anime. During the events of Dorohedoro, Shin actively works as one of End's cleaners, being one of the strongest in the game, and is partnered with the extremely powerful Noi. A big threat to magic users continues to be the Cross Eyes organization, who are responsible for illegally selling black smoke so that weaker magicians can enhance their powers while the organization profits. For this reason, Shin is no stranger to killing the members of the organization. He's then assigned to find and kill Kaiman and Nikaido, who live in the hole, as they had killed End's cleaner Matsumura in a previous battle. Shin reaches the hole on the Day of the Living Death, which is an event where humans killed by magic users rise from the dead as zombies. While Kaiman and Nikaido wipe out many of these zombies in a contest, so do Shin and Noi, following which the two factions come face to face with one another. Kaiman's reptilian head is a dead giveaway and allows Shin to immediately know his target. Of course, a one-on-one battle takes place between him and Kaiman while Noi fights Nikaido. Despite Kaiman having been shown as a very powerful fighter who can resist the effects of magic, Shin manages to dominate him in battle with physical strength alone. Kaiman manages to take Shin's head in his mouth to make him meet the man living within, and while the man inside the mouth claims that Shin isn't it, Shin stabs Kaiman's head with his claw hammer. Seeing this, Nikaido takes Kaiman's body and dismembered head and escapes with him. Back in the realm of magic users, Shin was part of bringing the man inside Kaiman back to life using Turkey's doll-making magic. The man proved to be someone named Risu, who was somehow affiliated with the Cross Eyes organization back when he was alive. At some point, the doll went berserk and Shin destroyed it. Later, Noi healed the head with her magic. Eventually, the Blue Knight rolled in again and Shin renewed his partnership contract with Noi. Powers and abilities. What makes Shin a class act in combat? Shin's magic is extremely powerful and allows him to disassemble his victims into pieces while keeping them sentient, somewhat operating like Trafalgar Law's devil fruit. Although the magic doesn't kill his target, Shin slices them with his knife to a point where they can't fight back. What allows him to kill his target, however, is his superhuman physical strength. Shin is extremely physically powerful, to the point that he could rip Kaiman's head right off. He's proficient in the martial arts, and like many magic users, he can regenerate to a certain extent, and possesses a sense of telepathy with his partner Noi due to their flesh contract. He's also quite quick, as noted by him being able to evade gunfire from point-blank range. Like other sorcerers, Shin's weakness is also being left in the hole's reign for long periods of time, but his father being a human means that Shin will only get highly weakened in the unfortunate environment instead of straight up dying. Marvelous verdict! Unlike the anime, which was on something of a hiatus, the manga has begun to wrap things up. So, where the trajectory of Shin's life is going to go is already set in stone, and we can't wait to see Mappa bring it to life. With that, today's video comes to an end. What did you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Until next time, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.